Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me? All right. So by show of hands, how many of you have an app modernization project underway and/or are looking to deploy containers? All right. My name is Umar Said. I am a senior solutions architect manager at Amazon. What we have learned over years is as customers move their containers from a dev test environment to production, they run into some challenges. Our solutions architect and partners have developed a program called Containers Excellence Program, which is designed to help our customers overcome their challenges as they look to move their containers into production. Agenda, we will talk about some of the app modernization trends, why are customers going in on that journey, a brief recap of AWS offerings and services in the container space, and then we'll touch upon the key day two considerations that you have to think about as you're looking to deploy your containers in a production environment. I will introduce you to the Containers Excellence Program, what it is, how it works. We'll also talk about a successful customer story. And last but not the least, if you want to participate in the program, how we can engage with you. As customers grow on their journey to cloud, they're looking to modernize their applications for three things: to gain agility, have portability, and efficiency. Their goal is to build applications faster, strengthen their security and compliance posture, and do it in a cost-efficient manner. The industry research reveals that 91% of mid-sized enterprises find their applications difficult to manage. And 80% of their developers' time is spent on managing and operating their applications, with only 20% spent on the actual feature development. And 79% of the customers stated that the efforts to modernize their legacy applications do not complete. As Andy Jassy said, there is no compression algorithm for experience. Amazon offers the most flexibility and choice for our customers to run their containers in production. As I think about building the containers landscape, there are three distinct layers. The first at the bottom is the capacity layer. This is the layer where your containers run somewhere. Amazon EC2, AWS Fargate, and customers' own physical infrastructure is at the capacity layer. The one above is the orchestration layer. It is simpler to run one container in your dev test environment. But as you're thinking about running hundreds or maybe thousands of containers, you need some kind of an orchestration system to schedule and scale your environment. The last above is the provisioning layer. Essentially, it's a set of tools and services that customers can use to consume the underlying orchestrated containers environment. So as customers are looking to move their workloads or containerized environments from dev test to production, these are the 7 key things that we encourage them to keep in mind. First is the cost management. As you run your containers, you need to have the visibility where your containers are running and at a resource level, what they will cost you. Second is security. As it's true with designing any new system, you need to understand its security posture. Customers need to understand that from a permissions perspective, who can access what resources and what actions they can take. And should there be a security incident, how you will be alerted and how you can, in real time, take the actions to remediate and respond to your needs. Third, is scaling. Scaling in containers environment is multidimensional. You have to think about how you're going to scale the control plane, the data plane, as well as the cluster services. Upgrades. You need to understand how your system will behave as you upgrade from one version to another. You need to have a plan around it, whether you're going to upgrade your EKS environment, you're going to upgrade your nodes, Fargate nodes, and so on. Observability. How do you make your container services observable? Backup in DR. As you introduce a new version of EKS, it brings significant changes to your cluster environment. It is, once you upgrade, it is simply not that easy or even possible to downgrade. So you need to have a backup and a disaster recovery strategy. Third-party add-ons. Kubernetes system has a vast ecosystem. How do you integrate third-party add-ons? Be it core DNS, load balancer, kubeproxy, so on and so forth. So what is Containers Excellence Program? It is essentially an engagement that we do with our customers, and goal is to provide them prescriptive guidance on how to overcome day-to operational challenges with containers. We develop a tailor-made agenda driven by the customer, and the scope of the services for this program are your Amazon EKS and Amazon ECS. The last but not the least, it is at no cost to all the qualified customers. So let's take a look at it, how it works. It is essentially a two-step process. The first one is the assess phase, in which we do about a 90-minute session with your team, and the goal over there is to understand your architecture, your use cases, and your challenges that you're running into. And then we map your challenges to a set of core tracks, of a CEP core tracks, that I will talk about it in the next slide. This is followed by an enablement session, which is about a 4 to 6 hour exercise, where generally the audience are your SREs, your DevOps engineers, and members from your IT team. This is where we dive deep. Our solutions architect deliver hands-on labs and share best practices sessions and help you overcome the challenges that we identified during the assess phase. At the end of the engagement, we also provide you a readout document. And this readout document is, again, based on your use case, your operational needs, and what are some of the specific best practices and recommendations are. So CEP enablement, these are the 10 core tracks that are within the scope of a CEP engagement. Security best practices, which, by the way, in our experience, turns out to be the most common topic that customers want to discuss with us. Observability, monitoring and logging, cost optimization, upgrading container clusters, networking best practices, auto-scaling best practices, cluster backup best practices, DevOps and CI/CD for containerized apps, Amazon ECS and Amazon EKS blueprint with Terraforms. This is an actual customer engagement that our team did. This customer wanted to wanted to offer a SaaS version of their identity and federation platform in their fiscal year Q1 of 23. They were running into day-to-day challenges with containers around platform reliability, operational management, security, which posed their Q1 release at risk. Through a CEP engagement, we identified during the assess phase that their core challenges mapped to Amazon EKS networking, Amazon EKS cluster upgrades, security, monitoring, and logging. The team then also did an enablement session for them, where we delivered tailored workshops and hands-on exercises for their team. And through this exercise, the customer was successful in meeting their Q1 timelines. How to engage? You are a good fit. It's very simple. If you are using Amazon ECS or Amazon EKS as a solution to deploy your containers, you are running into some day-to operational challenges as you move from dev test environment and thinking about production and looking for prescriptive guidance and implementation best practices. Very simple. Just simply reach out to your account team, and they will engage with us, and we will be able to work with you on this. Thank you.